to this stream. And yes, it is him, the one, the only. Tethercat is here joining us. Please, don't hesitate to say hi.
Hey there, everybody. It's Bailiff Tethercat showing up today for this amazing stream of this amazing game, and I can't believe that I'm going to be serving beneath Judge June the Fruit Bat.
Serving beneath me. I don't know about that choice of words, but yeah, sure. How is
serving above your shoulder? How's that?
I mean, that's kind of what you're doing. How is volume, guys? Does Tethercat need to be louder?
Yeah, so anyway, I'm a VTuber. I have my own stream and I play this quite frequently. And yes, if you can tell me whether my volume is good or not, raise it or lower it, by all means, that would help out the chat. Thanks a lot.
Minimi says that it's good, so I'm going to assume that it's good. Hi, June-san, Tethercat, how's your guys' days? Tethercat, do you want to go first with how your day's been?
I ventured into a Walmart, which I rarely do, and they told me that I had no reason to be there, and I left pretty despondent. So that's been the par for the course for my day.
I don't think that is a typical thing that happens at Walmart where they tell you, you have no business here. Normally they're like, please buy stuff. Come in, buy everything. So
the converse to that is if they strong arm you and throw you out, which neither of those happened to me now.
Well, I'm glad that didn't happen. Not like a Costco where they're like, give me your card, give me your membership card. Oh gosh. It is he who dares speak the word Teen Titans Go. JK, don't you start. I see you.
That it is. Me and some water cereal. Judge June. Now, I play this a lot on my stream, but if you take a look, there's a lot of words and text. Do you want to briefly go through the background information of this game and give it a brief description for your audience?
Okay, y'all. If you have not seen any of the Crime and Punishment streams on Tethercat streams, and this is your first time seeing it, I will recommend that you also go and watch some of the previous VODs on Tethercat's channel. But the premise of this game is that we are the judges. Or technically, I guess because it's my channel, I'm the judge and you guys just help me figure out what I put as the end result. And we review court cases and then accordingly sentence them either probation, jail, or prison for a duration of time that is appropriate. And it is compared to the judge in-game. Now, mind you, this game is from the 80s, and artificial intelligence from the 80s in terms of how the court cases should be rated is kind of wild. And there's some real silly stuff like marijuana use, which obviously in today's day and age does not hold the same, like it's just not, it's not equivalent. So we will review cases and rate them how we feel they should be today, and then we'll just see what the judge thinks of the 80s and apply it to the times of the 80s. There's a lot of thinking that goes into this game, and it's fun. It's good thinking, because we also make up crazy narratives for things, which makes it so much funnier.
Mm-hmm. And to give a bit of the context to this game came out on a couple of different platforms, computer, Amiga, and the version we're playing is on a Commodore 64 emulator. I did own this game, so we're not worried about that copyright.
Yay!
The general gist is that there are two programmer guys, you can see them at the bottom. They took a whole bunch of actual real-world 1984 cases from the American US case system, and they threw them all into a 1984 computer and said, hey, if X equals Y, then Z. And so that's how this game is going to play out. You guys are going to have a blast, I can assure you this.
Yeah, it's going to get real crazy real fast, but it's funny. It's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
I think without further ado, we should get into our first case. Shall we?
Sounds good, Judge June.
I already don't like the energy.
I know, I almost
being
tripped
brought
over
here.
that, but get rid of it. Get used to it. Get used to it.
I need my good speaking voice for this game. I don't know if I warmed up enough, so we're gonna see. Court is now in session. Your rating will be affected by how much and what kind of information you choose. The defendant is to be sentenced for the crime of possession of burglar's tools.
That's an odd one.
Have we gotten this one yet before in the past?
To my knowledge, don't recall ever seeing this.
Possession of burglar's tools? So not that whoever the defendant, not to say that they are now in possession of tools that were previously used in a burglary. They just have tools that can be used for a burglary, like lockpicks?
Yeah, like lockpicks.
Because it's not saying that this person...
A wedge for a door.
Yeah, it's not saying that this person is, like, holding crime evidence, like, used in a previous burglary, right? That's not what it's saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's what it's saying. It's just, this person has lockpicks. And that's illegal.
I'm sure that when we dive into the details, we'll find out a little bit more.
Okay, well, we will get started in the details. Also, guys, there's a couple house rules that we normally play by. We'll get into it as things move forward. And we also, like, normally do things in a certain order that's not, like, apparent on the screen, but don't worry about it. It's fine. You'll get into the rhythm the more that we do it. It's fine. So we will start with details of the crime, and we will start first with the demographics for the offender/victim. The offender is a 20-year-old Hispanic male. The victims are the state and the people. The offender-victim relationship. Society is the victim, which is like my favorite thing that this game says because it's so stupid. I love it.
Society is the victim.
The weapon used or physical injury, there was no personal injury. The property damage or loss, there was no monetary loss. The excuse given for the crime, the offender said he didn't do it.
Okay, so it's possession of burglary tools. 20-year-old man, and nothing really happened. There was nothing damaged, no loss, no nothing, and he's claiming innocence.
There's really nothing here then in terms of a crime. That's right. But we will continue.
Yeah, I agree.
So now we shall look at the offender's criminal record. We will start first with adult prior crime types. Prior crimes include use of illegal weapons.
He's 20 years old and he's had the use of illegal weapons.
All right. Let's see how many prior arrests and convictions. There have been 2 recorded prior arrests and 1 recorded prior conviction.
Okay.
So only one of those arrests and potentially that conviction was for the use of illegal weapons. We don't know what the other one is. Let's see. The fugitive status on the day of the crime. Canada requests extradition. I don't know why. But
and for those of you in chat who are unaware, I'm Canadian. And apparently my team requests extradition.
Apparently he's one of you guys. I don't know. And
also, I just want to quickly definition extradition. I just really want to
you want to make sure
quickly pull up what extradition is. Yeah. Extradition is the surrender of an alleged criminal, usually under the provisions of a treaty or statute by one authority. So, just basically handing them over.
Oh, okay. Is it in... Do they mean it more in a, we'll take care of this guy, or is it more of a, he's one of ours, I guess we'll take responsibility kind of thing?
It's he's one of ours.
Oh, okay. Like. Okay. And then the offender's reputation, which is always a very fun category. The offender's a stoolie.
He's a stool pigeon, is he?
How do we How do we explain what a stool pigeon is for my chat who is normally... I don't know if they know what this word means.
Yeah, since this game is from 1984, there's a lot of old-timey words that appear every now and then, and stoolie is one of them. Stoolie, being short form for stool pigeon, is kind of like a modern-day squealer, which, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing with pigs squealing all the time. It's just someone who rats, man, all these animal terms, someone who confesses to a bunch of things for other people.
Thank you for the definition for those who don't know. Are we interested in seeing a juvenile court blotter? The defendant is 20? So maybe?
This is one of those semi-house rules we were speaking about, is that typically these cases are being tried as adults, and since this young man here is 20 years old in this narrative, the juvenile court blotter may or may not come into effect. So it's a judgment call. I would say no. It's only the possession of burglary tools. I'm willing to let this one slide past.
Okay, yeah, it's not really super applicable because nothing really happened anyway. So I'm okay with skipping over it. All right. And the pre-sentence report. Let's see. We will start with personal details. The offender is engaged to be married. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Is a teetotaler? What is that?
I'll explain that one in a moment.
Okay. And is a graduate of the School of Hard Knocks.
All right. So when we come into the personal details section, these facts right here usually show up in a series of 3. The first one is their marital status. Sometimes they're single, sometimes they're divorced. In this case, this person is engaged to be married. The second one is any addictions they may have. Sometimes the defendant is addicted to caffeine. Sometimes it's marijuana. And in this case, a teetotaler is a reference to someone who abstains from alcohol. They will not drink a single drop of any substance. They are clean as a whistle. The third fact that you see there in the case of the is education, how far they progress through the education system. In this case, the defendant is a graduate of the School of Hard Knocks, which is not a literal school, but it just means being raised on the streets.
Got them street smarts. And then next we do employment history. The offender is an itinerant. I'm gonna pull up. That's
another
definition.
One we had to look up.
I want to make sure.
All right, you do that, Judge Jane.
Itinerant. Traveling from place to place, a person who travels, so like a wanderer, just somebody who wanders. He's going all over the place.
Just adrift.
Yeah. And then courtroom prosecution details the defendant waived a jury trial. A TV reporter predicts you will imprison the defendant.
Wow, they're kind of off the mark there, aren't they? First of all, for the possession of burglary tools, the defendant was offered a jury trial?
Why? But nothing happened.
Right.
Why would they need a jury in the first place?
Do you want to go to jury?
It's like, no. Well, of course you didn't want to go to jury. It's just wasting everybody's time.
If I were him, I totally would have gone to jury.
Well, yeah, because then you could just prove to everybody that nothing fucking happened.
And milk the system.
Oh, yeah.
And then the second one here is some jerk media predicts that we, the player, will imprison the defendant for possession of burglary tools.
I'm not going to do anything to him. Well, I mean...
Give him a pat on the head and a biscuit, maybe.
It's like, okay, well, you literally didn't do anything. Keep up the good work, I guess, but also don't have illegal weapons, please. Thank you! Have a good day! And then 2 categories that are like variable on whether or not we read them include the offender's upbringing and mental history. In this case, I don't think either of them really matter. There's nothing happened.
I would fully agree.
Nothing happened.
Right. And we have seen and experienced other cases where these come up. Mental history usually shows what their mental state is and any types of things that they may have been involved in the system toward. And the offender's upbringing can sometimes be a mixed bag of this, that, or anything. But as Judge June said, neither of them really impact this case. So I don't see any reason to dive into those right now.
Yeah, in this case, there's really nothing happening. So there's no purpose in bringing those up. Okay.
Now then, to conclude, let's just say that if you were trying to follow along and you weren't really up and aware of everything that just transpired, there is a review section.
And we get the fun clipboard! No, I want to share with the June bugs of the brilliant thing that you have done as of recently. Tethercat over here found the font for this specific style of writing, sent it to me, as well as a blank clipboard. So we send each other made up cases when we're just randomly, like the one time you fell asleep before we could hang out, so then I made the crime of falling asleep before hanging out with me, and I like wrote it all out. Just stupid stuff like that.
We doctor these up to be each other. So one was the crime of being a fruit bat, one was the crime of being an upside down blue cat. Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's so funny. But anyway, in the case of possession of burglar's tools, there was no monetary loss. Society is the victim. No personal injury. The offender is a 20-year-old male. The victims are the state and the people. The offender said he didn't do it. Canada requests extradition. The offender is a stoolie. Prior crimes include use of illegal weapons. Recorded are 2 prior arrests, 1 prior conviction. The defendant waived a jury trial. A TV reporter predicts you will imprison the defendant. The offender is engaged to be married, is a teetotaler, and is a graduate of the Hard School of Knox, or Hard School of Knox? School of Hard Knocks. Close. What's the thing that we were playing, the curling game, and I was just shouting? What was I shouting? I don't remember.
Hurry hard.
Hurry
you were
hard!
yelling the Canadian phrase, hurry hard.
Just me screaming, hurry hard. The offender is an itinerant. Oh, God. All right, well, that's the case in possession of burglar's tools. Nothing happened.
Right. And now this is where you, chat, get to play along, because what we're going to do now is we're going to reach a decision. And we've got 3 options. We have prison, we have jail, and we have probation. As well, a length of sentence. And so if you in chat want to join in, throw in your thoughts. What should happen to this 20-year-old individual? Meanwhile, as you type in your thoughts into the chat, Judge June and I will hash the case out verbally.
Yes, we will. So I think it's pretty obvious that this is like a waste of everyone's time. I think it should be very minimal amounts of probation. There was absolutely nothing happened. And they're mostly just banking on the fact that previously he got convicted once of like having an illegal weapon, but nothing happened.
Right. And to that point, how did the police even arrest this? Like, how did they arrest him? Did they spot that he had lockpicks hanging out his back pocket? Did he have a burglar handkerchief around his face? How did they even realize that he was in possession of burglars' tools.
I think they planted it.
This whole case is a farce.
I think they planted it.
Yeah, that's the most likely suspicion. So, yeah, I would also be in for probation, and I would offer up, because it goes in years and months for probation, I would suggest not even a year of probation, which is incredibly light-handed. I would say 9 months of probation.
Yeah, I agree with that. And even 9 months seems like a lot, but I know that guys, you will learn that our judgments as, alive people in the world do not quite align with Mr. Green 1984 judge on the screen. It's just they're not the same. He has opinions and I don't like them. None of us do.
None of us do. The beauty of this game is that it's the beauty of this game is that it is completely arbitrary. No matter what we all decide, this guy on the screen is going to completely undermine anything that we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. 0 years, 9 months.
See, I hesitate to give him 9 months because in my brain I'm like, I only want this dude to get like 3 months of probation because, like, again, nothing happened. But if I'm going to apply the same logic that I normally do when we play this game, and he does have some recorded prior history stuff, like, then yeah, I guess maybe 6 to 9 months. But even then, like, we're wasting everybody's time here.
Mm-hmm. I think that's really what it is. He claimed innocence. Nothing happened. He waived a jury inexplicably. But ultimately, it is a waste of everyone's time. You want to do 6 months? That's pretty. I'd go for that as well.
I was going to do 6 months, yeah.
There you go. Sounds good.
All
and
right.
now, everyone.
Oh, no.
Care to explain what happens next?
Next, you see the scales of justice, and you see what you put versus what this green guy put, and you get to see how close you got to agreeing on what the sentencing should be. And we don't like this guy, so I have a feeling it's not gonna be quite equal. I'm bracing for impact. Yeah, what the. Jail? Seriously?
So, for those of you who are just not quite catching in on what's visually on the screen, the scales of justice have stated that the judge's sentence on the right is much heavier than our sentence on the left.
In what world? In what world?
I mean, they're both 6 months-ish.
Yeah, but one is in jail. And also, I want to know what their definition of possession of burglar's tools includes. Because if it's a giant black suitcase with, this is for my next burglary, versus he just so happens to have an item that kind of maybe a little bit looks like a lockpick. Like, those are dramatically different.
I have engaged in lockpicking. I actually own a lockpick set. And you can get much better results with a credit card than you can a professional lockpicking set. All this guy had to do was carry a literal wallet.
And then they could just arrest him on the spot, being like, I know you can open a door with that, you getting arrested.
That's basically it, yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway. Ugh.
And then
Welcome to the frustration of this game.
Oh god. The next scene is also great, because it's a stupid little hammer. So, he rates you from 1 to 10 with how many times he hits the gavel. And he has the worst catchphrases ever. And it makes me so mad. But let's see how many gavels we get. Why don't we? 1. Oh my god.
Boy, that's a surprise. Perhaps you should study medicine.
Perhaps you should fuck off. Leave me alone. My God, our judicial IQ is 11. I don't care what my judicial IQ is. It's not real. What world are we in? This is the first episode.
The world that we're in currently?
This is the first episode, the first
if you
case.
take a look at that graphic, those weird white, those what do you call those white things in behind? They're like crepes.
What these?
Like you'd have whipped cream at the top of them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crepe. Yeah, totally a crepe.
That's what I thought it was.
It's a crepe.
Like a really long lean or something.
Oh
wait, no. It's actually it is actually the U.S. flag on either side of them. The stars and stripes, if you would.
Do, 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 do. Now for our next case.
Yeah. Now it's for our next case.
Remember, it is how much and what kind of information that is important. Nope. Okay, guys, house rule. We do not do anything involving sexual assault, rape. No, 99 years prison. No.
Yeah, any sensitive topics. There are a couple things that are considered sensitive topics, and we just literally blow past. We don't care about the judicial IQ. 99 years prison, we're on to the next.
Yeah, no, we don't roll like that in this house. Nah.
There are many funnier cases to be had.
I'm gonna skip this one too. Yep. I don't want that.
And see, there's another, like, it's arbitrary, and here's June's courtroom, and she's in control, so we get to roll with however the game is played.
I'm sorry, what is this?
I can tell you now, or I can tell you in a bit.
It's the crime of penis? Is this the crime of penis?
I'm just going to state outright right now, on the record, there is no crime involving penis.
Why is there no crime of penis? I think it should be a crime to penis.
Altogether.
What the hell is it? What are you?
I disagree.
I've never seen this, but it's just a box.
All right, so what it is here is that we are playing on an emulator for a 1984 game, and the emulator is prone to crash. On occasion, the game is buggy. In certain circumstances, such as what you're looking at on screen right now, the game just doesn't handle text. It just doesn't draw from the data file. And so you get some really interesting things showing up. So by all means, let's proceed.
Okay. What's the detail of the crime? I don't know what the crime is. The demographics. The offender is a 43-year-old Hispanic male. The victims are the state and the people. Okay, so you didn't hurt any one person. Offender-victim relationship with boxes. The offender said that the victims were only those who asked for it. What is this case? I need to know what happened. I don't know what happened. Have you guys considered using RetroArch? I do not know what RetroArch is.
And while I do know what RetroArch is, the emulator we're using is Vice. And that would just require a different emulator. But that's not what we're doing today.
The weapon used for physical injury, an unsanitary infant formula caused some babies to die. Oh my God! What happened? What is the crime?
This is for the crime of yes.
I hate this. He killed a bunch of babies because he couldn't be back. This is unsafe business practice. That's what I'm calling it until I know what it is. Property damage or loss. Property damage or loss was $73,000. In 1984 money. That is hefty. Yeah, I want to give an accurate comparison to everyone in chat. Inflation calculator?
Inflation calculator.
Okay, I found it. U.S. inflation calculator. If in the year 1984, this is 73,000. Calculate. Oh my god, that's almost $250,000. That's $218,000.
Ay.
That's so much more money than I thought. Holy moly. Okay.
You could buy at least 2 arcade systems in the 1980s.
Wow. And the excuse given for the crime, the offender said he was trying to please his boss. But, huh? For unsanitary formula condition? What? He's 43 years old. Okay, and he's trying to make his boss happy by not following the rules and causing infants to die.
Now remember, everyone, this case has to be tempered by the fact that it is going to crash before we get a valid sentence.
This is the case of nothing. There's nothing there.
But with that said, we'll continue on.
Oh my god. Okay, criminal record. Let's see. Adult prior crime types include theft. He be stealing.
Okay. No.
I hope he's not stealing the baby formula that he is creating, because that would also result in more death. Prior arrests and convictions. There have been 6 recorded prior arrests, but only 1 recorded prior conviction. He's too good at it.
Yeah.
He has a good lawyer.
So theft and formulas. Jeez.
Theft and unsafe work conditions. Fugitive status on the day of the crime. The offender is wanted by the military police.
Of course he is.
Of course he is. Oh my god.
Man, this guy's a work of art.
He's a piece of work. I don't know about work of art.
He's a something, right?
And the offender's reputation. The offender is also known as the Doc.
The Doc.
The reputation.
Formula.
The reputation section is such a coin toss between is he going to be the funniest thing known to mankind, or is he a racist?
There is no subtlety when it comes to the offender's reputation. It's just a wild card.
There's no good. I don't need the juvenile court plotter. This man is in his 40s. Nope. He knows better.
Nope.
Let's look at the pre-sentence report, why don't we? Personal details. The offender is married, smokes hashish, which is weed, and is a ski school graduate.
His education goes
His education is on them slopes, man. That's about it. Employment history. The offender's a white-collar worker.
Doesn't surprise me.
At a factory that makes baby formula that he taints because he doesn't follow protocol. Courtroom prosecution.
It's interesting that the offender...
Oh, continue, please.
It's interesting the offender is a white-collar worker and not was a white-collar worker.
I know, they're like, he's still employed. I mean, he made his boss happy, didn't he?
Going up for Thursday? Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god. Courtroom prosecution details. The probation officer recommends probation. The probation officer can also shut the fuck up. The press was excluded from the courtroom. I should... That line specifically...
Considering the game is about the... Considering the game is about to crash, I think the press being excluded from the courtroom is the wisest thing that could possibly happen.
Yeah. We don't need the press there. We also don't really need the probation officer there.
No, we don't need him there.
Do we need upbringing or mental history?
I would say no to. Well, I'm curious about mental history because there's something going on in his ticker, but I can definitely go without upbringing.
I'm very curious about mental history as well, so I think we should. Just that one. Mental history.
All right.
The offender has an average IQ. Okay, well, I guess we'll never know.
Good for him.
Do we want to review the known facts? Also, hello, Shockwave. Coming in with the compliments? Sheesh! I'm over here having a goddamn meltdown because this dude thinks it's okay to not follow work protocol and have a bunch of babies die because of bad formula. But, you know, hi. Also, hola, Carmesi. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien. It's good to see you.
All right, so
I'm getting the clipboard.
The game is going to crash. In the next 5 seconds, the game will crash.
There ain't nothing on this goddamn clipboard. There's nothing.
And now we have to do a reboot of the emulator and a reboot of the game.
Oh my god. Okay, well.
So there is one final house rule that we always come across when the game crashes like this. And it's whatever we were going to sentence, we win. So because there is no judgment, there is no counter to what we say. It's Judge June's courtroom, and she is the authority here. We win. So Judge June, what would you have sentenced that case as?
I probably would have sentenced it like either 20 or 25 years prison because he has some prior history. It was $73,000 and a bunch of babies died. Mm-hmm. So, you know, 20 to 25 years prison, somewhere in that ballpark.
And since we actually don't know what the crime was, I think that's a very valid judgment because of everything you just described. So yeah,
we don't even
know
win. What the
that guy just went away
was.
For 25 years.
All right,
there we go. Done and done.
I'm gonna restart.
So we've got about another. We've got about a 2 or 3 minute break. Usually at this time, I like on my chat, I like to suggest we all take a hydration check. So I'm going to do that right now. Hey everyone, go grab a hydration check.
Beauty before trial. Exactly. Yes, very true. Beauty before trial. Listen, if you're gonna show up in chat live in front of God and everyone and just call me pretty, then like I'm gonna pay attention at least a little bit because you just call me pretty, and who doesn't like being called pretty? Oh god, I gotta mute the audio mixer before that chiptune happens again. It's gonna happen again.
Yeah, the chiptune is grating, absolutely grating.
It jump scared me earlier.
They didn't call me beauty. I mean, it's your stream and all, sure. I'm just saying.
I mean,
I'm a handsome cat.
Are you asking? Are you asking?
Do I look like the type of cat? Do I look like the type of cat who fishes?
That's what you do literally all the time. You be sitting in Terraria. You be fishing like nobody's business. You got multiple games on the Steam sales because I told you there was fishing in it. You be fishing. I don't know why you're surprised now.
There's a little bit of truth to that, yeah.
This man be fishing, everyone.
Just saying.
See, look, Mini Me gave you a
thanks,
compliment.
Mini Me 96. You know what, Mini Me 96, you're adorable too.
I think Mini Me should get an award for being the nicest, like, chatter, just in general.
Aw.
Listen, you show up to my streams, which is already so wonderful, and you're so nice to me. And then when I recommend other streamers, like Tethercat, like Kareen, you also show up there and say hi. Which just, the day that happened where, I was streaming, and then I hung out with Tethercat for a little bit, and then I also hung out with Kareen, like, all in the same day, and you were in the chat every single time. I was like, oh my god, somebody actually sits here and listens to me. when I say to do stuff, like support other people. It makes me very happy.
And from my lens, it's also very flattering, and I appreciate that too. I appreciate all the June bugs who show up on my stream, and as I say, it's flattering. Thanks for giving me a bit of a chance. But by all means, the star of this show is definitely Judge June.
I don't want to get flattered by a guest on my own stream. That feels very strange. I don't know about that.
Nah, you know what feels strange is when the formal term for judge is Your Honor, and I would say, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, yeah, don't do that.
I ain't doing that.
No. Don't do it.
I'm not doing that.
If you count 10 years of drinking
suffer
nothing
through Judge June,
but Dr. Pepper, then I've been hydrated for that long, and I'm still drinking Dr. Pepper. But wait, you drink Dr. Pepper religiously, but you're British? I feel like that's more of a Texan thing, is it not?
Oh, we don't have Dr. Pepper up here. We have Dr. Pepper, eh? I'm being facetious.
I know you're being facetious. We're starting with another case. So done.
Hey.
Next case. Let's go.
Hooray!
Wait.
Let's get in.
Crime of sedition? Hold on. I need a definition.
Ooh. All right.
Okay. The crime of sedition, in the definition of it, conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. So, promoting speech to overthrow the government.
That's basically it in a nutshell, yes.
Well, you can't be doing that. I'm sorry. You can have your opinions, but there's a point, and they went way past that point.
Well, it's not just the crimes. We're sentencing for the crime. They're absolutely guilty, and we're going to hold their feet to the fire on this.
They are absolutely guilty. They did it, and we know that they did it, and they know that they did it. Whether or not they want to admit to doing it. All right, details of the crime. The demographics for the offender/victim. The offender is a 36-year-old Native American woman. The victims are the state and the people. The offender-victim relationship. Society is the victim. Let's see.
And the government.
Yeah, the government is the victim. So who cares? Weapon used, physical injury. Oh my god, wait, a CIA operative was killed. Excuse me? No, it was not just words.
Well,
she straight up killed a CIA person?
So this isn't a case of murder per se. It's still sedition. It's just that to the side there was a resulting death. That's not cool.
Oh, okay. So because
it wasn't just a
speaking
bystander.
all them words.
Right. And it wasn't just sedition. I mean, sorry, this wasn't just a bystander. It was a CIA operative. That's not cool.
Oh my god.
Mini 96. Oh shit, this got real? Yes.
I feel like I want more details because there's a difference between they got scoped out and one person took it upon themselves because of her act of sedition versus there was some weird mob thing going on and they got trampled in the process. You know what I mean? I feel like those are two different things.
And there's also, and we actually don't know what happened because maybe the protest, maybe this riot against the government involved a bathtub full of a spoonful of water. and the CIA operative just somehow drowned. Like, we have no idea what the case extent is for the death of the CIA operative.
Yeah, we're not going to get any more details on that, which I wish we did because it would help me in my judgment. But you know what? We don't always get what we want, and it's fine. Property damage or loss. $61,000, so nothing to laugh at. There was property damage. They were bashing in the windows and everything.
Wow.
Excuse given for the crime. The offender said the devil made her do it.
Of course he did.
Mm-hmm.
Incidentally, how old was this woman? 36, right?
Let me check. Yes, 36.
Yeah, okay. So she's, had years to formulate an opinion and, plot sedition.
I will say...
Boy, oh boy, this is fun.
I will say, normally we do not take race or religion into account, but with the understanding that she is a Native American woman and the crime is sedition, I don't 100% blame her for going as far as she did, because obviously there's a lot of grievances there. There's a lot of backlog there as to why she should be mad at the government. Should she have went to the point to, like, cause a riot? Probably not, because other people don't. But, like, I kind of get it. There's a whole backlog of everything the government has done wrong towards Native Americans. There's a lot. Right.
And we still don't know if she was the ringleader of a large group or if she acted solo. We still don't have those facts of the case yet. But you're absolutely right that historically there are grievances that may have played into it. However, I don't think the devil exacerbated those grievances.
No, I don't think he did.
That's a bit of a snag. So.
I don't think we should be bringing him into this, honestly. I don't think he had any part in that. But she can say that all she wants.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That is a fair assessment, yes.
But anyway, we'll get into her criminal record. I gave up my French revision as I did yesterday. I'm gonna fail French. No, Indy, you gotta keep going, girl. We'll, like, take a break for a little while, and then once you, like, get something to eat, drink some water, run around a little bit, get the zoomies out, and then, like, then go back to it. Say, get the zoomies out like a dog.
Allons-y.
Oh gosh. Okay, offender's criminal record. Adult prior crime types. Has she been doing anything else? Prior crimes include receiving stolen property. So not theft, but she was the receiver for stolen property.
Right, and she wasn't the go-between. She wasn't the person selling it. She just received stolen property.
Yeah. Prior arrests and convictions. Oh God. Okay, she's a record. 10 recorded prior arrests, 9 reported prior convictions. She be doing stuff.
She's been in the system.
She has been in the system. Fugitive status on the day of the crime. The offender left a drug detoxification program. So that's not great.
I mean, no, it doesn't leave a gold star on her record, no.
Yeah, no. Offender's reputation. The offender is active in politics. I think she's a little too active. Wow. I feel like there's a healthy amount that you can be active in, and then maybe kind of step back, feed your dog, knit something, cook a homemade meal, cut some grass. Like, maybe your life doesn't have to be like that.
Right.
I don't think juvenile court blotter is applicable.
Now, I'm actually curious about I do. And I reason it like this. The whole case revolves around sedition, and a murder happened, like a death happened. I think that everything that is involved in the case should be looked at.
Oh,
And
because
that
of the
includes
death?
juvenile court blotter.
Okay. We will look at it then. Juvenile court
specifically
blotter.
because of that, but yeah.
The offender's juvenile offenses include coke sniffing. I think that's neither here nor there. But
Correct.
But she did it.
It does reveal a little information onto her back history and why she left a drug detoxification program. Of course, that was over 18 years prior, so you can't really factor it in, but it's a little bit of insight.
Yeah. Also, hello, Mod Chris. It is good to see you. Welcome in. I'm a lot more calmer than yesterday. You are Shockwave. Thank you for that. We will go out and check the pre-sentence report. Working outside in 30-degree weather sucks. Dude, I'm so sorry. I know, it was like snowing on and off, and it's just a miserable, miserable day. I'm so sorry you had to work outside. I hope you're somewhere warm now, eating good food, curled up. We
have flurries where I'm happening. I'm looking out the window, and it's just snowing like a snowstorm right there.
Yeah. All right. Personal details of this 36-year-old woman. The offender is single, she shoots dope, and is a community college student. Well,
good for her trying to get that education, despite her obvious detractions.
I don't know how she can afford the addiction, but I guess we'll find out. Employment history. The offender's a white-collar worker. Okay, so she is also just making enough money to put herself through school and shoot dope, I guess.
Yep. Just like every other person who's ever done sedition.
Yes.
Yep. Just a normal day at the office.
Yep. Courtroom prosecution details. Evidence showed that the defendant was easily led by her friends. 60 Minutes demands an interview. So she was not... It implies that she was not alone in this.
Or that she wasn't in complete mental control of her faculties. And
yeah.
And her friends were, hey, you know, it'd be really cool. What you doing on Thursday? You want to overthrow a government? Do I?
Her friends were kind of egging her on.
Double dog dare you. You won't overthrow a government.
Hey, I saw that draft that you wrote for that big speech that you wanted to do, like right near City Hall. Do you think if I put the word out on like Facebook, might get enough people to show up? Who knows? Might get that levy pass.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
I have to work outside all week. My uncle took me to get warmer clothing because tomorrow and Thursday are going to be in the 20s. I don't want you to get frostbite. Please, if you need something, just text me. I will help you get what you need. God. For some reason, I had to cut tile outside in the cold season every time. Mini-me, you deserve better. My goodness.
Make sure you... My suggestion as a Canadian, my suggestion for working outside and keeping warm is to get some of those heatable hot pockets and put them next to your heart, because your blood circulates through your body and it's the easiest way to warm your extremities, your tingly fingers and your tingly toes. Put a hot pocket next to your heart and it warms your blood flow.
I know you mean like a hand warmer, but when you say hot pocket, I'm just like, ham and cheese.
Yes, put your lunch, put your heated lunch next to your heart.
Molten ham and cheese covered in like garlic butter crust, right next to your heart, because your arteries are gonna get clogged. Thank you, Grandpa. Oh God. Okay. Do we want to look at mental history, right?
Yes, we want to look at, and I also want to look at upbringing, but yes, mental history as well.
Okay, we'll do mental history first. The offender is a hypochondriac.
Ooh. Okay.
I want the definition of that just to make sure.
Doesn't mean anything, but
I still want to know. A person who is abnormally anxious about their health. Oh, okay, I know what it is. I know what that is.
Yeah. It's not lupus.
No, it is not lupus. It's not cancer. It's not lupus. You are fine. Offender's upbringing. The offender's parents were happily married, and the offender was born in... Wait. The offender was born in Australia, but they're Native American. So both of their parents are Native American, and they just so happened to be taking a vacation to Australia, and then she was born.
Actually, yeah, that could happen. You get that citizenship down there, sure. These cases, I mean, you can only construct the narrative so far.
That's a hard narrative to crack. Okay, you know what? It's fine.
Yeah.
We shall get the clipboard.
So this hypochondriac had a happily married family is really what that one was.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hit the clipboard.
Clipboard time.
Yay.
In the case of sedition, the property damage or loss was $61,000. Society is the victim. A CIA operative was killed, which is just crazy to me. The offender is a 36-year-old Native American woman. The victims are the state and the people. The offender said the devil made her do it. Whether that's true or not, we will never know. The offender left a drug detoxification program. The offender is active in politics. Prior crimes include receiving stolen property. The offender's juvenile offenses include coke sniffing. In terms of recorded priors, there were 10 arrests, 9 convictions. Evidence showed that the defendant was easily led by her friends. 60 Minutes demands an interview. The offender's parents were happily married, and the offender was born in Australia. The offender is a hypochondriac. She is single, shoots dope, and is a community college student, as well as a white-collar worker. Interesting case on our hands.
Interesting case. And once again, for everyone in chat, this is your opportunity to join in with what you would sentence in this case for prison, jail, or probation, as well as a length of time for that sentence. So type them in. If the devil made her do it, I'm pretty sure that was the drugs talking. I think that her history, her drug-related history, as well as being swayed by her friends, is really the big factor in this. If receiving stolen goods is kind of the average crime that she did, coming from a happy household and just being a little bit neurotic about hand washing, I mean, it sounds like she just kind of got caught up in a political whirlwind beyond her choosing, and it just turned out really bad. That's not to excuse sedition, which is a really bad crime. It's just that it might put a bit of a not even lighter, but different spin on it. I would suggest prison for 7.5 years. I think 5 would be too light, and I think 10 would be too heavy. Okay. Let me go through my normal thought process, because I do agree with you that I think she got caught up in something way bigger than her and doesn't really realize just like how bad the implication really is. But she does have an extensive drug history alongside an extensive list of prior arrests and convictions. She definitely has been in the system. There's some sort of manipulation aspect from her friends, and she's like reflective in her mental history, even though it only listed like the hypochondriac. There's definitely something else going on there. However, this did result in the death of a person, and that person being a CIA operative. They will not take that lightly.
So if
No,
I
they will
were
not.
to sentence with all of that in mind, I would probably say 10 years because of that death. And of course, like the property damage was a lot. There was a lot of property damage.
$61,000.
Yeah.
And you know what? My judgment, my thoughts on the case totally excluded not only the $61,000 property damage, but also the death of the CIA agent. So yeah, if you wanted to ramp that up by quite a few more years, go for it, definitely.
See, I wish it would have, like, if this were a real court case, sitting down and getting more details about that death and, like, understanding what had exactly happened would give me better insight as to how much prison time there should be. But just the sheer fact of a CIA operative being killed because of the actions of this woman for, like, sedition, I feel like it might push it to like 12 or 15 years.
I'd be comfortable with either 12 or 15. So if you wanted to go high, go 15, and low 12. I'd be cool with anything in that range, yes.
I feel like I could do like 13 and a half.
Sounds good to me.
I'm gonna do 13 and a half, and we're gonna see how good we did. I don't know how good it's gonna be, but let's try. What do we got going on in chat? Alcatraz? I don't think Alcatraz is an option. I would sentence life in prison with rats, and the rats make me crazy. You're gonna put in a rubber room with rats. Prison, and possibly she was manipulated by a skinwalker. I don't know about that. These are all.
No, there's validity to that one.
I mean, I'm not saying there isn't validity, but also, we don't know that. That's not stating. If it wasn't on the clipboard, then I don't know about
we
that.
can only go by what's on the clipboard.
We have to go by what's on the clipboard. Okay, I'm hitting enter. Ooh, right. Okay. Yeah, heavier. It makes sense. I do see why.
Yeah.
But like, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Because again, with the extensive drug history, the people that she has surrounding her, it's a rough situation. She might not have fully understood what was going on.
Yeah, I think she did get caught up in actions that were far beyond her scope, but it is sedition, which is pretty bad, and there was a death of someone, which is pretty bad, who was a CIA agent.
Which is really bad.
Pretty bad. I mean, so just all of that cumulative. Yeah, I can totally see a 22.
Yeah. Well, it's an hour till midnight. I'm going to go to bed, so I'll see you next stream. Yes, of course. Thank you for stopping by, Shockwave. You go get some rest. Have a good night.
Sleep well, Shockwave.
All right. How many gabbles did we get? Let's see.
It's going to be a ton of them.
Okay, we got 5.
Yeah. Better than 4.
5 is indeed better than 4.
I can count. Yay.
Our judicial IQ is 98.
Yeah, keep practicing. This isn't small claims court. I would think that sedition wouldn't necessarily fall into small claims court.
Yeah, no, I don't think sedition is. One more compliment before I go. Bye, beautiful. Oh, stop it, you. Go to bed. Get out of here. Now, for your next case, remember, it is how much and what kind of information that is important. I can only count to 4. Oh, God. Okay.
Then 5 out of 4 is great.
5 out of 4 is fantastic. It's off the scales.
Off the scales.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. The defendant is to be sentenced for the crime of burglary of a business.
Right. So not just burglary, and not nighttime burglary or daytime burglary, but burglary of a business. Ooh.
Before we get started, I'm going to clarify for our audience and for all of our fellow Junebugs out there. I do not categorize within these terms that Walmart falls under the title of business. It is always just and always right to steal from Walmart. But you didn't hear that from me.
Ooh,
You didn't hear that from me.
that's the June Koumori hot take.
That isn't even my hot take, but you know, I guess for some circles it is.
Oh man, I'm telling you, suddenly I don't feel so bad about pouring water on cereal.
Me when my job gets air fryers. Chris, if I show up the next time to hang out with you and you got 6 air fryers lined up, I'm gonna be staring daggers at you. I know what you did, bitch. I know what you did. Details of the crime. The demographics. The offender is a 23-year-old black Catholic woman. The victims are the state and the people. Offender-victim relationship. The offender had no knowledge of the victim. She don't even know who she's stealing from.
Yeah.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Business.
Weapon used, physical injury. There was none, thankfully. Property damage or loss. How much did she get away with? $720.
Oh, maybe this is a small claims court.
I mean, to a small business, $720 is a lot.
All right, if she's going for Megacorp, then that's small peanuts. But if it's like, you know, Dave's TV repair, that's some coin right there. That's 1984, $720.
I'm so sorry. 9 times out of 4, it's always morally okay to steal from people. Girl, I ain't stealing 6. I'm stealing 12. I thought you couldn't count past 4. Oh my. Okay, I don't remember what I was doing. Excuse given for the crime. The offender said she wanted money to bet on the horses.
Man.
Is $720 enough to bet on horses?
Yes, in that day and age, absolutely. But is stealing from a business the reason to bet on horses? Nah.
I feel like you could get money elsewhere.
Yeah.
Also, hi, Greed. I'll be back when I get home from work. No worries. We'll be here.
Yay.
Okay, well, now that we know what happened, let's look at the offender's criminal record. Adult prior crime types. Uh-oh. Specific crime type information's unavailable. We might crash, y'all.
Yeah, that's sometimes a red flag that the game can't load up data and it's a generic placeholder. That can imply crashing. Doesn't always happen, but it's an indicator.
It might. Prior arrests and convictions. There has been 1 recorded prior arrest, but no convictions.
Okay.
Fugitive status on the day of the crime.
Crime type.
Yeah, what did she get arrested for? I guess we'll really never know. The offender left an alcohol detoxification program. Well,
okay. Yeah.
I don't know how that relates to burglary, but I mean, I guess.
It's just like, I don't need to be detoxified. I'm going to go over to Dave's TV repair for no apparent reason. And then the horse races. Hick. Stumble.
Hick. The offender's reputation. She is a known racketeer. What does that mean?
Ooh. Well, it means someone who wields rackets. Come on, June. You're smarter than this.
Don't do me like that. Don't make. I'm Googling it. How dare you?
In 1984, we didn't have Google, and we had to trust that she was just big into rackets.
A person who engages in dishonest and fraudulent business dealings. Oh, well, that's not good.
So maybe it was her business.
If a lawyer embezzles money from her clients, she is a racketeer. Okay, that's an example.
Yeah.
It means
so what
she causes a
TV repair
racket.
place?
Hold on. Well, then I would be a racketeer. My neighbors are sick of me, but that's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. Juvenile court blotter, she's 23. Is it applicable?
I don't think it really cares. She's only had one arrest, and it was for unavailable, so I don't think it
I don't think it matters. What am I on tonight? I don't know. I have no idea what you're on about, but you know what? It's fine. What are we doing?
You're on fire, Mod Chris. You're on fire.
Personal details. The offender is soon to be wed. Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations on that.
Drinks cheap wine, so that can't be in that drug detoxification program. I'm busy drinking boxed
alcohol
wine.
Detoxification.
I'm busy drinking boxed wine. What's that thing? Like you pull the bag out of the box and you slap it, and however many times it turns around is like how long you have to chug from the spout.
Ay. That sounds horrific.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh no. Guys, I'm not an alcoholic, I promise! Just because I know these things!
It's not so much that... Right. I don't think it's so much that you are or aren't an alcoholic. It's that I'm more on the side of the teetotaler, and I don't know a lot about a lot of things in that sense. So I trust your judgment.
But then I already know what the comments are going to say, and I don't want to hear it. What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you a wine mom? She is. No, I am not an alcoholic. You leave me out of this. I did nothing wrong.
Wine mom.
And she is a vocational school graduate. Good for her. Not an alcoholic.
Good for her.
Not. Employment history. The offender's a scientist. Oh, maybe she's me.
Ooh.
Maybe she's me.
Today we're going to be doing experiments with alcohol. Glug, 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 glug.
A scientist, soon to be wed, loves her boxed wine. Maybe. Man. I don't know. Courtroom prosecution details.
You're looking in the mirror.
Yeah, exactly. The defendant waived a jury trial. The defendant was defended by a public defender.
Jeez. What's all these cases going to jury?
I don't know. Why are we wasting everyone's time?
Man. Well, it is a burglary of a business. I can kind of see how that might be jury related.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Soon to be wed. I'm in my Delulu land. That's what that means. That's what that means. To my knowledge, all I know is that she really loves wine. What, me? Or this lady? Because, I mean, yes to both, I guess.
Yes.
I like wine. What can I say? Do we care about mental history or offender's upbringing?
Honestly, neither. In my view. Yeah. Again, it was. I don't see them being pertinent to the case.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get out of here. It is time for the clipboard. Bringing it out.
Clipboard.
In the crime of burglary of a business, the property damage or loss was $720. The offender had no knowledge of the victim. There was no personal injury. The offender is a 23-year-old black Catholic woman. The victims are the state and the people. Okay, so she's not me. I do not fall under those descriptions. The offender said she wanted money to bet on the horses, which is dumb as hell.
Yeah. Hey, it was 1984. We didn't have entertainment back then.
So you guys just bet on horses? Okay.
That's all we had.
The offender left an alcohol detoxification program. The offender is a known racketeer. Specific crime type information is unavailable. There is one recorded prior arrest, but that's it. The defendant waived a jury trial. The defendant was defended by a public defender. The offender is soon to be wed, drinks cheap wine, and is a vocational school graduate, and the offender is a scientist.
That scientist bit, eh?
Every time that I see the scientist, I just think back to that one stupid case we did where we checked the reputation and she was sexy. I'm like, okay, sexy scientist lady, let's go, I guess.
The offender reputation, they get pretty crazy here, there, and everywhere.
I hope we get one of those because it's in this case, so silly.
Oh yeah, we're bound. We're destined to get one of those. But for this case, I don't know. Chat, what do you think? Prison, jail, probation? How long? I gave my thoughts first on the last case. I want to hear what you're thinking on this one, Judge June.
Okay, so it's about burglary of a business, and there was $720 in property damage or loss. This lady doesn't really have that much of a history besides not wanting to be in an alcohol detoxification program because she loves her cheap wine. I get it.
We've all been there.
Yeah, we've all been there. I don't think she should have done it. I said that with my fingers crossed behind my back. For the purpose of having horse betting money, maybe that's just a lapse in judgment. Not a great look for her. If anything, because it's not pocket change. It's not like $20. It's like $700. Like, that's still a lot of money. I would say that constitutes jail time, especially because it was the burglary of a business. If I were to give it an amount, jail goes by months in jail. Maybe like a year. I think a year is even like a bit much because she doesn't really have a history. So maybe like 9 months?
Okay. Well, it's a good reasonable amount, and I agree with everything that you said. Like, there wasn't a lot going on. Burglary of a business is pretty bad, but there was almost nothing that happened. She could have walked out there with $5,000, but she chose the TV for $720. Whatever. Yeah. So I think that I'd go as low as 3 months of jail, but I think 9 months as an upper would be reasonable, very reasonable. If you wanted to do 9 months, I'd be on board with that.
Okay. I mean, honestly, I could bump it down and be fine with like what? 7 months and 15 days, like if we want to get real picky about it. But
we don't want to get picky. 9 months is perfect.
9 months? Okay.
Yeah. Chris, I think she should be made to pay 720 peppermint patties per year.
Where's she gonna get all them peppermint patties? That's a lot. That's a lot of peppermint patties.
If it's anything like Mod Chris, you just pull them straight out of your chest pocket on the winter trail.
I don't think that's where those are. That's a her problem. She figure it out, lady. Yeah, we'll do 9 months.
That is a lot of 720 patties in her chest pocket. They're really small peppermint patties.
They're itty bitty. They're not. They're like the junior mints. They're like they're M&M size.
Yeah.
Junior mints. All right, we're doing 9 months jail. Let's see. Oh, 22 months in jail? Almost 2 years? For real?
Just shy at 2 years jail time.
Why?
I don't even know why. Burglary of a business is pretty bad, but it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. That's a lot.
And she's not a sexy scientist.
She's not. She's only a regular scientist who likes wine.
She's a normal scientist. She's a wine scientist.
She's a racketeering scientist. How do you even racketeer as a scientist? How do you even do that? Does it matter? You know those college kids that donate their plasma? What if she's like racketeering off of that or something? Crazy shit.
Oh my god! And she tried to go for it, but they were like, your blood alcohol content is just alcohol, so we can't accept this.
She's like, what? What do you mean? Come on, it's me. You guys know me. Come on. You're telling
I've seen
me
you at the horse races.
drunkenly stumbling to the horse races with a wad of cash in her pocket, $720.
Not even. She's holding the TV set. I want to bet it all on number 4. Slams the TV set down.
Lady, this is the 4th time you've done this. We can't keep taking your stupid TVs.
Or, lady, this is the 4th time you've done this. This will be the last time. I swear.
This is the last time we're taking these dumbass TVs. You know how heavy these are? I'm sick and tired of it.
These are heavy.
You're telling me you don't have 720 peppermint patties in your chest pocket?
How many
can only
gals did we
count
get?
to 4.
Well, you got the full-size ones, do you?
Can we count how many gavels we get? It's gavel time.
I think we should see how many.
1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4.
That's maximum, isn't it, Mod Chris?
That is you know what? We did perfect. That is exactly how many we were supposed to get. We can only count to 4.
There you go. Incidentally, 4 might get us ready to handle traffic court. Ooh,
yay! I love traffic court. My God.
In the crime of jaywalking, prison 99 years.
RIQ's 85. Let's go. Next case. Ooh, violation of probation.
Boy, we're just the heavy hitters today, are we?
They weren't checking in with our officer like they're supposed to once a month. Come on.
Once again, for everyone in chat, if you wanted to go for prison, you just say how long. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the details, shall we?
Do you know?
I don't want to sway the jury or anything.
Have you realized just how expensive it is to be on probation?
Never, and I can say that with confidence.
So I remember a while back I saw a video and it was this guy and he had an ankle monitor because he was on probation, and they like rack up a bill for you for like needing to have that monitor in use. And for him, it was malfunctioning and nobody would ever try to come to fix it. He would be trying to sleep like in the middle of the night and it would go off saying that he's out of bounds, like he's not within his house. No, like it was to the point where it was like psychological torture for this guy. And like the intercom would come on being like, why are you not at home? He's like, I literally am. I'm in bed right now. I'm trying to sleep so I can go to work tomorrow and your stupid thing doesn't work. And like it racks up like more than $100 a day for monitoring.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like it's really bad. You can like Google it. It's like horrific, especially what this guy went through with how badly the monitor wasn't working properly and like nobody was coming to fix it. Cuz
right,
I think it was also the pandemic.
Like that's modern day, right? Because in 1984 you just put a Doberman in front of the door and that was it.
Yeah.
We didn't have any of these newfangled gizmos and widgets.
Listen.
Googles.
It's worth looking into though, because the second that I watched that video, I was like, oh my God, like I never realized. It's bad. It's really bad.
Modern day. Back in that day, they shackled you to a radiator.
Now, Grandpa, come on now.
I'm just saying.
My God. Okay, details of the crime.
1984.
Okay, demographics for the offender/victim. The offender is a 23-year-old black Protestant male. The victims are the state and the people. Offender-victim relationships. Okay. Society is the victim.
He violated parole and society is the victim.
Yep. It's all society. How dare. Nobody coming to fix it seems like the vending machine in my break room. Okay, but listen, it's one thing to not be able to get your snacks. It's another thing to be subjected to psychological torture because the state does not care enough to send somebody out to fix your monitor. That's a whole
In
other
1984,
thing.
they'd shackle you to the vending machine or a cigarette machine back in the 80s.
People, come on
Those
now.
existed.
This peanut gallery, I swear to God. Weapon used physical injury, there was none. Property damage or loss, there was none. The excuse given for the crime, he said that he didn't do it.
Okay.
So it's another case of nothing. Probably.
Pretty much, probably. At least on the surface.
Yeah, on the surface. In terms of the details of just the crime itself.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's see what the offender's criminal record is. This is where we do a lot of discovering. Adult prior crime types.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason why he's on probation. Prior crimes include burglaries.
Yeah.
He be snatching stuff up that's not his. How dare.
23 years old, right?
Yeah, snatching stuff up.
All right.
Prior arrests and convictions. Oh my God. 12 arrests, 6 convictions. He been stealing stuff.
He is chained to that radiator so hard.
How did he break off of the radiator? I mean, he said he didn't. He brought it with, he walked his ass to the police station being like, guys, I had to go to the bathroom. They're like, you're violating your parole.
Give us back our hall pass.
Oh my, no!
Gigantic radiator on his slung over his shoulder.
Jesus Christ.
He's been in the system.
I think I had a teacher in school where if you had to use the restroom, you had to take off one of your shoes.
What?
Yeah.
This is one of those back in my day things, but we didn't have hall passes or hall monitors, and we didn't even have security guards. We just teach, I got to go to the bathroom, then go.
No, now it's like, it's full on like almost prison. Like, there was also another teacher who like requested that you give her an item of like value. So that was up to you whether you wanted to give her your phone or your wallet or like your whole backpack or like just something so that you come back and you get it.
I would give her a urine sample and a stool sample.
You're like, it's valuable to me. I think she would have sniped you on
I'm
the
about
spot.
to make a deposit.
Oh my God.
If you like that, you can come watch me give some more at the office.
Oh my
anyway,
God.
let's get it back onto the case here.
I had a teacher make us give him a shoe for a pencil. Oh, so that you could have a pencil? Dang.
So man, that's asinine.
It's an equivalent exchange, I guess. Fugitive status on the day of crime. The offender left a drug detox program.
Man. Been in the system and then a detox program.
Yep.
This individual, I tell you.
They were trying to help him, and he's like, no, I'm not having any of it. Leaving parole, leaving the detox program.
I'm good.
Not having it. I'm good. I'm good, actually.
I'm good.
The offender's reputation. This offender is sexy. This is the sexy one.
There you go.
You know what? Maybe he is good.
Sexy burglar.
Sexy burglar.
I am going to violate my parole sexily.
Violates parole sexily. My new favorite stage directions. Okay, me nap so I can play.
We've hauled you in here because.
Oh God.
We've nabbed you into the station because of violation. Violation? No. Let me finish. All right. Yeah. I don't think we need to look at adult prior crime types. I'm insanely, or sorry, juvenile. I'm insanely curious because with that extensive a blotter at age 23, it must extend back prior to 5 years. But we don't need to see it.
I don't think it's really that necessary. I think they're secretly happy to have him in court because there's people surrounding him and he gets all the attention that he wants because he's sexy.
The sexy guy dragging his radiator to the stand.
I still think it would be funnier if it was just a whole ass vending machine. But like, where do you put the handcuffs around? Like the little leg, the stubby little leg. How the heck?
Yep, the little leg right at the bottom.
So how is he dragging it?
It's his ankle to that leg, so you know.
Oh, it's on his ankle. I was like, his two wrists.
Yeah,
he could just like break the thing by pulling hard enough.
I mean, he could literally lift the vending machine to slip the other handcuff off, but whatever. He's not a smart guy if he's caught that.
No, he's not smart. He's just sexy. Come on now.
And persistent and sexy.
Persistent and sexy is what I need. So you know what? It's fun. They don't need to be smart. They don't have to be smart. Smart is a plus. But in this guy's case, he doesn't have that, and that's okay. What was I doing? I'm so what were we doing?
We're on to the pre-sentence report at this point.
Pre-sentence report. I'm sorry. He's just. I can't stop looking at it. Oh my god. Okay. Personal details. Watch. He's like already married. I'm like, what? Oh no. He's
Prison 99.
He's unmarried. So there's a chance.
There's a hope.
Stays as sober as a judge. I don't know about that. You know what? He left his drug detox program.
He's seen a lot of them.
He left his drug detox program because he was actually, for real, good. He's good. He's good. He stays as sober as a judge. He's good. He doesn't need to be in a drug detox program. He's good. He's fine.
I think this case may possibly be compromised, but we'll continue on.
And he has a high school equivalence diploma. Employment.
When you're doing that many crimes, you don't have time for college.
Yeah, no. Just a GED. It's fine. Employment history. The offender is a self-employed business person. I know how he's getting his money. There's no shame.
Those burglaries.
No, that's not what I was.
He's a self-employed business person. He sells used goods.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, sure. I feel like I'm going in a different I was thinking more like firefighter calendar. Like, I
am amused by your narrative for this sexy 23-year-old single burglar with 12 arrests and 6 convictions. Please continue.
Listen, if Mia Khalifa can do it on OnlyFans, so can he. Where am I? Courtroom prosecution details. The defendant says I was framed for violating my parole. He was framed. It's some other sexy dude. That ain't me. That ain't me. Some other sexy guy running around. That ain't me. I've been at home.
And then he gives the big pouty face, the big duck lip pouty face, just to really hammer that home.
The ACLU says that a harsh sentence would be an outrage. How dare you put sexy man behind bars? Do you know how much he does for the local community?
Have you seen him walk around? And I mean, have you seen him walk around? He does so much for the community.
He does. It's an invaluable service. Oh my god.
He's walking around with burglar tools in his back pocket. He's wearing a ski mask. Have you seen this guy walk? Every time he goes past, I notice him.
It's so hard to not notice him. Oh my god. Do we care about upbringing or mental history?
Honestly, I don't think they're relevant, so no.
Okay, out we go. Is it clipboard time?
There we go. It is. And remember, everyone in chat, if you see what's going on and you want to throw in your jurisdiction and sentence, by all means, this is your time to shine.
All right. In the crime of violation of probation, there was no monetary loss. Society is the victim. There was no personal injury. The offender is a 23-year-old black Protestant male. The victims are the state and the people. The offender said he didn't do it. The offender left a drug detoxification program. The offender is sexy. Prior crimes include burglary. Wow.
Wow.
Prior crimes include burglaries. There are 12 recorded prior arrests, 6 recorded prior convictions. The defendant says, I was framed! The ACLU says a harsh sentence would be an outrage. The offender is unmarried, stays as sober as a judge, and has a high school equivalence diploma. And the offender is a self-employed business person. Louis wants to put his 2 cents in, apparently. What do you make of this parole violator who is very sexy and a cell phone business man? He has no comments at this time.
No comments.
He licked my arm. I don't know
what
what that
he's
means.
On parole?
Right.
What if the violation of probation is for the crime of being too sexy?
The crime is being too sexy, so we have to put you on parole. We have to keep checking in with you. Wink, wink. I get it.
There you go. So, okay, here's the big question then. Does probation warrant violation of probation? Like, does that even matter as a
require
sentence?
more
Are you even
probation?
doing anything? Yeah.
I think it's just getting
You
a
didn't
better
check in, so we're checking
officer.
in. Let's check in. Honestly, yes. I think that it's a nothing of a case. He has been through the system. I would say jail for 6 months, but I might be a little less skewed than some others in this courtroom. What are your thoughts?
Well, if I were to see this man and view him with my eyes and make an assessment, it would be extremely clouded. I'd give him probation for 1 month.
What? Where
he would only report to me and me alone, and we would discuss his unmarried status, and we would figure something out. But
you'd be checking out his court briefs, would you?
I'd be checking out some kind of briefs, I'll tell you what. But if I'm being a righteous and just judge in this situation, I would say jail if. This is a big if. I would say jail time, because obviously parole isn't working, or probation isn't working. He has a really long history. And there's a reason why he got put on probation. And probably in some previous times he has already served jail time. So he's no stranger to serving more jail time for what has happened previously. I would put him in jail, but for this specific crime, because there really was not a whole lot that happened in the description of just the crime itself, I feel like I'll do a year. Just because of how extensive his history is.
Yeah, I'd be on board with that. I think you're justified.
Okay. We will do 1 year.
Whether we think that the sexy violation of parole guy is justified, or whether this green guy thinks that this is justified, that's a different case altogether.
We'll see just how sexy he is based on the green guy's reaction. Because if he's like, oh yeah, just put him back on probation, why don't we? Then like, this guy's real fine, but we're gonna find out. Okay, let's see. Oh, we actually did really good.
Ooh, not bad.
That's not bad at all. Louis, why did you kick me? Wait, hold on. What happened there? I'm like holding him in my arms and his little legs went like they twitched. Did you try to kick me? Or you good, Bubby? Okay, well, I'll just keep holding him, I guess.
You can hear him purring, by the way.
You guys can hear him purring?
Yep.
You're purring so loud.
Can't hear him purring independently, but when you start using your microphone, when you're live, you can hear him purring.
Yeah, it's because of the noise suppression. Do you want to say hi? Oh, that's my other microphone. Please don't touch that. You're going to knock it over. Yeah. Okay, sir, this is inconvenient. Do you want to go down? Thank you. All right, let's see how many gavels we get in the case of Mr. Sexy
Louis was held in
breaker.
contempt of court.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at this. There's only an 8-day difference between the two. Let's see.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'll take it.
You should be Chief Justice of the Supreme Court.
Almost a perfect score.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You should be trying more sexy criminals, is what that guy's saying.
I think if all the
criminals...
You are at your best
when you sentence sexy criminals.
Right? I think all the criminals that walk through the door have nothing to lose if they are sexy. But that's only if.
If you want true justice in this world, be sexy and show up to my courtroom on Saturday.
True. I need a shirt with like a thumbs up on it with text that wraps around it. True justice? ? Be sexy. They're gonna be like, what the hell is that shirt? I'm like, you don't get it. You wouldn't get it.
I've just yawned, and that's not me being tired, although I am tired. What it means is that I've been talking too long. So I'm gonna throw in a hydration check into chat and make sure that everyone's getting in their daily allotment of liquids.
You're right.
Hydration check, everybody.
You're right.
I am so prone to yawning on my stream. I will start a brand new game of literally anything. I'll start my stream and just start talking, and I'll let out this monster yawn.
Oh, God.
Go grab some water. It's always a good start to my streams.
All right.
I don't want to see that on your stream, especially with episode 1 of Crime and Punishment here.
Nah. Absolutely not. We will do...
You got a perfect score. Congratulations.
No, I'm very happy about it. Thank God. Because I feel like we needed at least one of those.
Sexy criminals. Yes.
I feel like we have time for one more.
Sounds good to me. I'm on board for that.
We will do one more. This is the last
and hope the game doesn't crash.
Yeah, this is the last case of the evening. So we will get started.
There we go.
And it is the crime of sabotage.
Oh, cue the Beastie Boys.
Interesting. Sabotage.
I'm telling all y'all, this is going to be a good case.
Oh boy. All right, details of the crime.
I love these cases.
Sabotage crimes are pretty fun.
Yes.
All right, the demographics.
I've heard from a friend.
Yeah, sure. Demographics for the offender victim. The offender is a 51-year-old Oriental woman. The victims are the state and the people. Offender-victim relationship. Okay. The offender said that the victims were only those who asked for it. That's not a great look.
Oh, this does not bode well.
This absolutely does not bode well. Weapon used, physical injury. A list of CIA agents was sold to the Bulgarians. I don't know what the Bulgarians need a list of US CIA agents for, but you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what they need it for, but they must have been paying pretty good.
Yeah. Maybe they were gonna sell them some donuts or something. They just needed a list of all the foreign agents. I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? All right. Property damage or loss was $125.
Seems like the list was a little more costly than the 125.
Yeah, that I don't think she was getting
Really,
a real good deal.
No, not a good deal at all. She kind of underbid herself. Maybe the list was just one CIA agent, and it was the really nerdy guy, the pencil pusher.
Maybe the conversion rates, it looks like a lot in Bulgarian money, but
there are a lot of zeros on that check.
Yep. Now yep. Mm-hmm. The excuse given for this heinous crime of sabotage, the offender said she had an irresistible urge. She could not help herself but to go online or just wherever she could to find this list of CIA agents to send to the Bulgarians and only receive $125.
I'll tell you, for a $125 list, she probably called up the CIA and the front desk and said, "Hey, I got $125 here. Who are your CIA agents?" And the person said, "John Smith." Great! Wrote it down, sold it to the Bulgarians. Just filled that irresistible urge. That's the only, I don't know, 125.
I don't think I've ever seen.
Anyway, I digress.
The excuse of having an irresistible urge. I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Yeah. I've seen it frequently, but in this instance, that's a weird, irresistible urge to have.
Irresistible urge to sabotage the United States for the benefit of Bulgaria.
I'm going to the Tea and Quilt show on Sunday. What are you doing? I'm going to commit sabotage against the government.
Okay, Jan. Okay, girl.
Jan.
Offender's criminal record. Adult prior crime types. The offender has also committed white-collar crimes. So this is kind of her wheelhouse. She's like, "Ooh, what am I going to try today? Sabotage? Ooh, how fun!" Like that's the vibe I'm getting.
Reader's Digest.
Reader's Digest of white-collar crimes.
Haha, I haven't done page 9 yet.
I haven't tried that one yet. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Prior arrests and convictions. 4 and 4, baby. She is so good at getting caught. Maybe this isn't the field for her. There are other options.
Yeah, there's a Tea and Quilt show on Sunday she might want to attend.
Maybe. Fugitive status on the day of the crime. She's wanted by the FBI. Duh! Because she's...
Wait, so she's just kind of selling one hand for the other at that point, isn't she?
I mean, she's maybe she did it because it was her in to get into the FBI. It's not the way that she wanted to get into the FBI, but she's getting into it.
She's there now.
She's there now.
Good job, lady. Good job.
God, the offender's reputation. She's known as Scarface. You want to know how she got this scar? It's a paper cut from flipping through Reader's Digest.
Just lick the finger, turn the page. Lick the finger, turn the page. Oh no, I screwed up.
Yeah, well, that's life.
I almost feel bad for this lady's ineptitude.
It's
a pretty heinous act, and she's just stumbling through it.
She really shut the bed on this one. I'm sorry. There's no...
She did. She really did.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Personal details of this woman. The offender is cohabiting, doesn't use drugs, and is a parochial school graduate. Good Good for her. Employment history. She's a white-collar worker.
Graduate.
But she's a white-collar worker, so why did she go to parochial school if not... Well, I mean, she might be in the process of... No, because she's too busy doing white-collar crimes for fun.
Yeah, I was going to say that. She's a white-collar worker. She's doing white-collar crimes. Or if you want to eliminate the factors, like a math equation, she's a worker doing crimes.
She's a worker doing crimes in her field. Good for her.
Yeah, just getting her done.
And the courtroom prosecution details... She expresses no remorse because she's just a girl living in the world, having fun, doing what she loves. A TV reporter predicts you will imprison the defendant. Yeah, it's almost as if she shouldn't do that. Gee, I wonder.
I mean, the TV reporter's just reporting on a slow news day at this point.
They're like, yeah, this is that lady who keeps doing really awful crimes and doing them very poorly, constantly.
And getting caught.
This is the 5th time that she's done this!
Yeah.
She's so bad at it!
And she doesn't even get anything. She gets 125 bucks for being so bad at it. She's not even
worth
good at it.
She sucks. Do we care about upbringing or mental history? I think she's just
mental history, yes.
Okay.
Mental history, because there's got to be some obsessive compulsive behavior to be this horrible.
Girl, what's going on? She's hyperactive. She can't sit still for 2 seconds. She's like, if she sits still, she's like, I need to commit a crime. I need to take something, get the edge off.
She has a dartboard and she's just like whipping darts trying to hit sabotage.
Oh my god. Well,
my. Yeah, hey, if anyone in chat wants to get in on this, now's your time.
I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I'm getting the clipboard.
Jeez. Clipboard o'clock.
In the case of sabotage, the property damage or loss was $125. The offender said that the victims were only those who asked for it. I feel like she's the victim here. She asked for this. She did this to herself.
Generally, idiocy is a victimless crime.
Yes. A list of CIA agents was sold to the Bulgarians. The offender is a 51-year-old woman. I don't know what they need it for. The victims are the state and the people. The offender said she had an irresistible urge because she's hyperactive. The offender is wanted by the FBI. She is known as Scarface. The offender has also committed white-collar crimes. There have been 4 recorded prior arrests and convictions. The defendant expresses no remorse. A TV reporter predicts you will imprison the defendant. The offender is hyperactive. She is cohabiting, doesn't use drugs, is a parochial school graduate, and a white-collar worker.
Oof.
Girl.
I've got a narrative. I came up with a narrative.
You got it.
Yeah, it's that the Bulgarians actually wanted to throw a celebratory party for the CIA. Maybe there was some history with the US and they were like, you know what? These guys liberated us. We're good. It's solid. We just need a list of attendees. And she's like, I can get you that list, but it's going to cost you. Because she's an idiot.
Now she's getting thrown in jail just because the Bulgarians want to throw a fucking party.
No. Anyway. Ay, what a case.
What are we thinking about doing? What is a punishment fit for this lady?
Oh my god. Honestly, I'd say prison, but that's more to get her out of society than to actually punish her for this crime.
Yeah.
It is a crime of sabotage, and that is a pretty bad crime. Not to mention the fact that being a state crime, selling out the CIA, being wanted by the FBI, like, it's kind of on that serious end. The 125 is a joke. Her prior arrests and convictions are a joke. She is a joke, but the crime isn't. So I would say probably 12 years of prison.
I can agree with that. I think that she is dumb as hell. I think she's dumb as hell. I think the fact that she shows no remorse, said the victims were asking for it, does not care that she did this, she will do it again. Like, all of this shit.
She's making a list while she's sitting there in court.
She is going to prison, and it's minimum 10 years for sabotage, and the FBI wants her. And oh my god, she needs a minute. She needs a minute, and so do I. Yeah.
She's gonna look good in stripes, I think.
I think 12 and a half years. Just be like, girl, what is you
Minimum.
doing?
And it's funny because it should really, like, maybe I'd go 5, maybe I'd go 10, but I'm just tacking on extra time for her being so stupid. If you wanted to do 12 or 15 or 20,
she's dumb and mean, being like, oh, the victims deserved it. I feel no remorse for my actions. 12 and keep talking, lady. You're going to tack on more and more and more time. 12 and a half.
12 and a half it is.
God. Woman! Ain't no way.
I love it.
Well,
I love cases like this. These are the good ones.
Let's see how Mr. Man reacts. Oh, he went even stronger. 21 years, 11 months.
Oh yeah. It's a pretty serious crime. Her idiocy and the seriousness of this crime.
I just think it's more stupid. I'm just like, girl, come on now. Come on, you can't.
It's a serious crime. She just did a stupid ass job of it. Can you imagine getting $125 and trading that for 21 years in prison? Like,
no, absolutely not.
Even she must be like, she can't be proud of herself at that point. She must have thought, I could have upped it to 250. Like, she's pretty stupid.
$125 is a fraction of one of my paychecks I get every 2 weeks. For 21 years in prison! This woman is 51 years old! She's going to die in there! There's no way! There's no way!
And I bet she was patting herself on the back, didn't think she'd get caught. She's like, oh yeah. $125.
She's like, I did it. I did it, bitch. I did that.
That's me. Me doing my dance. No remorse.
The no remorse dance. Those victims were asking for it. I did it, bitch. Me, bitch. How many gavels? We got 5. We got 5.
That's respectable.
5 is fine.
I mean, the idiocy of this case, it was either going to be 1 or 10, but 5, I suppose I can live with.
Yeah, whatever. 5.
Stupidest case.
Well,
I love it.
What have we learned today? If you're sexy,
well,
you can get away with anything.
Yep. That's exactly what we learned today. The only true justice is sexy justice.
Yeah, true.
At least in the courtroom of Judge June Koumori.
Don't wait. Now hold on a second. not just in my courtroom. Now hold on a damn minute.
No. Hear me out. It's a valid theory.
We also learned that inciting violence in the case of sedition, you're gonna get in big trouble for that. Sorry, that's just how that works.
Right.
What else did we learn?
also learned that if you commit, then you should really.
You should really not do that. You killed a bunch of babies.
Yeah,
What's
that
wrong
too.
with you? Oh my god.
That's my takeaway.
We've also learned the Bulgarians don't pay very well, regardless of if they get their list of CIA agents or not.
Or they are master strategists. Wow, you got us an entire list of the CIA? How much do you want? They're like pulling out like gold bars. 125. I'm sorry, what? No,
Really?
she low bid. She low bid at 100, and they paused and they didn't know what to make of it. So she raised the bid to 125.
They were like, "Yeah, sure, that, yep,
Yeah,
that's what we meant."
That's where we were going to.
Yeah.
Glad we could come to this agreement. Yeah,
Oh.
coin in the bank.
Oh my god.
If you're gonna go and bet on horses, don't bring a TV.
I think we've learned that hubris is a powerful tool. It can get you in quite different situations. Just the hubris of man. Wild.
Oh, I love this game.
Well,
Everyone in chat, Judge June Koumori, this is why I've loved this game and played this game for decades. I'm so glad that you were able to do episode number 1 of hopefully this long-running series. Thank you for having me on board.
oh yeah, of course. There is a reason why on this thumbnail specifically, I have chosen to just make one thumbnail without numbering the thumbnail itself. I'm just doing the title because we're gonna play this so much. I don't want to have to keep updating the thumbnail just to include the episode number. There's gotta be a lot, and they're all gonna mix together, and it's a beautiful thing, and I don't care. I don't care anymore. There's gonna be too many episodes of this for me to go through every single week and renumber it. No, it's just you get the one thumbnail. That's what you get.
And I'll tell you, I am actually ecstatic. I am so anticipating who you're going to get on as your guest bailiffs. I'm so glad to have been honored to be one of the first, but you're going to have a list, and I can't wait to see what they do with these cases too.
Listen, I kind of had to have you first because you are the one that like got me into this game. You also like linked me to the emulator so I could do this as a game. Like without that I wouldn't have been able to. So I completely lost my train of thought.
It's okay. It's the kind of game that derails all thoughts.
That one defendant was just too sexy. I can't think straight anymore. It's too sexy. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for Thank you guys so much for joining the stream today. I will be streaming again on Friday at 8 p.m. We're doing another drinking Zatsu. Guys, it is 18 and older. There will be no chat on screen because YouTube will not let me. We are going to sit and I'm going to drink and shit's going to get wild as usual. You guys are used to me and my antics. This is nothing new. Be on the lookout. I'm going to be posting some teasers starting tomorrow about something special.
Ooh.
There's a thing, and it's happening, and you guys are going to want to know about it. I'm going to tell you what.
Oh, man.
Tethercat, thank you so much for joining me for this stream. It was a pleasure having you, as always.
And thank you very much, June Koumori, for having me on your stream. Is court adjourned?
I think court is adjourned. I'm too tired to do any more court. This is enough court.
Court's adjourned.
Court is no longer in session. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. I'm forgetting my outro. Oh God, I'm spiraling. How do I do my outro? Thank you guys so much for joining me for the stream today. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, your morning, your afternoon, your evening, whatever it might be, wherever you are. I will see you guys again on Friday. Again, keep a lookout on the YouTube community tab as well as Twitter and on Discord for an extra special little teaser, maybe? You guys will see.
Yay.
Have a good one, guys. I'll see you later. Tethercat, you want to say bye?
Thanks for watching.
Yay! Bye,
Yay.
everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.